Everyone knows that it's not Valentine's without 1-800-Flowers.com. So whatever you do, don't forget the flowers. Right now, when you order early from 1-800-Flowers, you can get a gorgeous bouquet of assorted roses starting at $24.99. It's the perfect way to say I love you without breaking the bank. Don't put this off. Quantities are limited, so lock in your roses starting at $24.99 today at 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST.
On today's Smart 7, Trump threatens to take Gaza. Government faces storm over assisted dying bill and much more. It's Wednesday, 12th of February. It's Hug Day. And happy birthday, Christina Ricci.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Tensions continued in the Middle East on Tuesday as Israeli PM Netanyahu echoed Donald Trump's threat that the ceasefire will end if Hamas does not return hostages as scheduled by midday on Saturday. Trump hosted King Abdullah of Jordan in the White House on Tuesday amid rising tensions over his plan to redevelop the Gaza Strip and forcibly remove almost 2 million Palestinians. There was no let-up in that proposal, and Trump rebuffed reporters who asked if the US was intending to buy Gaza, claiming there was nothing left in what he called the war-torn country.
We're not going to have to buy. We're going to have Gaza. We don't have to buy. There's nothing to buy. We will have Gaza.
What is that?
No reason to buy.
After the White House press conference, Hamas confirmed their commitment to the ceasefire, blaming Israel for delays, and also called Trump's proposal for Gaza racist and a call for ethnic cleansing. Palestinian ambassador to the UK, Hussam Zomlot, says the rights of the Palestinian people need to be respected.
Palestine is not a real estate deal. Gaza is not for sale. Gaza should and will be rebuilt. We have all the plans for that. People must be allowed to return to their homes and stay on their land.
Labour faced a storm of protest from MPs on Tuesday over the assisted dying bill. The bill, which has headed to the committee stage before a final vote in the Commons, may now be in jeopardy after a change in the process for sign-off on terminal cases. It will now no longer require a High Court judge's approval, but instead an expert panel consisting of a lawyer, a psychiatrist and a social worker will make the decision. Lib Dem MP Sarah Olney, who opposes the bill, says it's too late in the process to change the way that the final decisions are to be made.
The bill that was passed at second reading specifically gave provision for a High Court judge, and many MPs will have voted for it on that basis. So to make this really profound change at this time makes it very, very difficult for the committee to actually decide whether this is the right thing or not in order to improve the bill.
Labour's Kim Leadbeater, who is the sponsor of the assisted dying bill, says that the decision to change the final process was based on expert testimony and will add extra protection for those who chose to end their lives.
We heard evidence from over 50 witnesses as a bill committee, and there's no point having witnesses if you don't listen to what they've got to say. And there was a clear desire for a more multidisciplinary approach to the process.
French President Emmanuel Macron hosted an AI Action Summit in Paris on Tuesday. The event was attended by more than 60 countries, including India, China, Australia, Japan and the US. American Vice President J.D. Vance addressed the event and warned against the EU's approach, claiming that too much regulation would kill a transformative industry. The US and the UK also declined to sign up to the declaration calling for an inclusive and sustainable approach to AI. The conference saw President Macron urge tech companies to plug as he pitched France as the perfect location for data centres, in part because of his country's plentiful nuclear energy production. Key speakers included Pharrell Williams and UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, who emphasised the need for that inclusive approach.
AI is not standing still, neither can we. Let us move for an AI that is shaped by all of humanity, for all of humanity. Let's make sure we are ready for the future right now.
The government has tweaked the rules on apprenticeships in a bid to bring more young people into the workforce. 90,000 people aged over 19 started apprenticeships last autumn, but the government is hoping up to 10,000 more may be able to take up offers now that they're planning to relax requirements for maths and English qualifications. Those aged 16 to 18 will still need to have a maths or English GCSE, but firms can make their own decision on requirements for those over 19. Education Minister Jackie Smith says that apprenticeships are a key part of the government's growth plan.
What we've inherited is a system in which there are not enough skilled people. What I want to see is the routes that are going to lead to success for individuals and are going to provide the skills for our economy to help us to deliver that plan for change for the country.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, Man City struggle in the Champions League and everyone's favourite non-cannibal is back. Right after this.
Everyone knows that it's not Valentine's without 1-800-Flowers.com. So whatever you do, don't forget the flowers. Right now, when you order early from 1-800-Flowers, you can get a gorgeous bouquet of assorted roses starting at $24.99. It's the perfect way to say I love you without breaking the bank. Don't put this off. Quantities are limited, so lock in your roses starting at $24.99 today at 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST.
Welcome back.
We're not even halfway through this year's Six Nations rugby, and there's already been a managerial casualty. Warren Gatland announced on Tuesday that he was stepping down as the Welsh head coach after a run of 14 defeats, the worst in Welsh history. Cardiff coach Matt Sherratt will take charge for the next game against Ireland. Meanwhile, in the Champions League, Man City faced Real Madrid in the first leg of the knockout stages on Tuesday night. It was a tough contest and two late goals saw a final score of 3-2 to Madrid and leave City with work to do next week in Spain. Pep Guardiola wasn't happy.
The truth is that we are not stable enough in that moment to do things that they happen not today. Today is an exception. No, it happened many times. It happened many times because we are not, but at the end, you have to continue to learn and fresh minds, fresh legs, and go for them.
If you're trying to make a comeback as an actor, it's a mixed blessing when the headlines from your first major interview are about how you deny cannibalism. We're speaking about Armie Hammer, who also faced much more serious accusations about rape and sexual assault alongside the cannibal texts. He has consistently denied the claims and says while he may have been a dick, he didn't do anything illegal. And while denying the cannibal story to podcast host Louis Theroux, he did sound like he still has hopes of starring as RFK Jr. in a future biopic, as he told a hunting trip story.
You know what you have to do to actually be a cannibal? You have to actually eat human flesh. So no. One of the traditions is you take a bite out of the heart, and you've got all your buddies around you, they're goading you on. It's sort of like a overly charged male rite of passage when you go hunting for your first time.
There's a new, slightly weird comedy on the way from A24 called Friendship. It stars Paul Rudd and Netflix comedy sensation Tim Robinson in a tale of two men who try to become friends, but end up as frenemies. Robinson's won 3 Emmys for his work on I Think You Should Leave, and Paul Rudd has a long comedy CV including Anchorman and another buddy comedy I Love You Man, so it's got good potential and picked up good reviews at the Toronto Film Festival. It's due to hit cinemas in May.
You all accepted me way too fast. You can't do that. You made me feel too free. People need rules.
You should be dead, you psycho! Who are you?
Give me a second chance. Get to know me.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day.
Give us 7 minutes, and we'll give you the world.
To get people excited about Boost Mobile's new nationwide 5G network, we're offering unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month.
Forever.
Even if you have a baby.
Even if your baby has a baby.
Even if you grow old and wrinkly and you start repeating yourself.
Even if you start repeating yourself.
Even if you're on your deathbed and you need to make one last call.
Or text.
Right, or text. The long-lost son you abandoned at birth.
You'll still get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month with Boost Mobile.
Forever!
After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.
Forever.